I'm Juan Samuel Melando from the Spanish news agency Europa Press, and my question is for Commissioner Malmström. Commissioner, you had a meeting this morning with the Spanish minister, and I would like to know if you are satisfied with the explanations that he gave you about the use of rubber balls in Ceuta, or if you still intend to pursue an infringement procedure against Spain for this case. And he told us that he asked you an urgent financing of 45 million euros for Ceuta and Melilla to face the increasing migratory pressure there. And I would like to know what was your reply to this urgent request. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yes, I had a morning meeting with the Minister Fernandez Diaz this morning, and we had a very frank and constructive discussion where we discussed in detail the recent events in Ceuta to follow up the exchange of letters that we also have had. I explained to the Minister that it is customary of the European Commission to seek clarity in such situations by asking Member States to determine the responsibilities of the parties. And this is the same approach that we follow with other countries, with Greece, with Malta, with Italy and others. The Minister gave explanations, and he also said that they have set up immediately an official investigation to shed full light of the tragic event. And I'm confident that this judicial investigation will clarify all the facts and establish the responsibility. We discussed also the proportionality of using dissuasive force. That has to be done with the respect of principle of proportionality. I have learned from the ministers that rubber balls will no longer be used in operations for maritime border control. He did indeed gave me a letter where he said there was including a list of measures where they seek financial support from the Commission. I received this morning. I've been in meetings ever since. So I will look at this together with my collaborators, and we will be in touch with the Spanish authorities to see how we will follow this up.
Sri European National Radio of Ukraine. Obviously, question would be about Ukraine. So probably could you say what influence could have current situation around Crimea for visa issuance for Ukrainians, first of all? And secondly, have you touched upon a possibility to freeze visa dialogue with Russia, as it was mentioned by some foreign ministers today? Thank you.
No. Neither of the two items that you said were discussed. We're waiting for a decision by the Council of Foreign Ministers, and we will see how we proceed. It won't be long, by the way.
Two more questions.
Merci beaucoup. C'est Griselda Pastor de la radio española SER. Ma question est aussi pour Madame Malmström.
My question
Señora
is for
comisaria,
Mrs.
hemos
Malmström as
entendido
well,
bien que no
in
habrá
Spanish now.
ningún
Madam
procedimiento por
Commissioner,
infracción
we understood
hasta que se
that there would
termine la
be
investigación
no
judicial en
infringement
España.
proceedings until the judicial investigation is completed.
To start any infringement procedures, we have always said very clearly that we have asked for explanations, and we asked the Spanish authority to make an investigation, which they very swiftly did in a very transparent way. I welcome that, and we are waiting for the result of this investigation.
Bonjour, ma question c'est aussi pour la commissaire. Je vais poser la question en
español.
Quería saber también sobre la reunión del ministro.
I'd like to know
Él ha calificado sus palabras de imprudentes e inadecuadas. Y en ese sentido quería saber si usted ratifica la idea que lanzó en la radio sueca relacionando el uso de pelotas de goma con la muerte de los 15 inmigrantes.
In Swedish radio, they said the use of these rubber bullets would result in deaths of a number of migrants.
I have not accused anybody of the tragic death of these. I have just expressed my concern about what happened, and reiterating that, as has been expressed in many media reports, survivors and NGOs, that there might have been a relation between the firing of these rubber balls and the creation of panic. And this is what we are expecting the investigation to look at.
One last question. Thank you.
Hello. I'm here, Maria Knyazeva from RIA Novosti. As I am interpreting you right, you were discussing the possible refugee situation because of situation in Ukraine. Have you discussed any concrete subjects on this issue? and what could be your decisions in this field? Thank you.
Well, it is, I think all of us are very concerned about the events in Ukraine, and as the minister said, very soon there will be the High Representative coming down and giving you her assessment of the Foreign Affairs Council. Of course, as Home Affairs ministers, it is our duty to also be vigilant to whether this could have a possible impact on migration or asylum seekers. So far it hasn't, but it could, and we are engaging with the most neighboring countries to make sure that they are doing their contingency planning should there be anything happening, and that the Commission and the EASO and others are of course willing to support that. But for the moment, no decisions has been taken. Was it just the first tour de table to take stock of where we are and to exchange some views on a possible scenario that has not happened yet.
Okay, thank you very much. That concludes our meeting.
Με στόχο την υλοποίηση σειράς δραστηριοτήτων σε επίπεδο ένωσης αλλά και σε εθνικό επίπεδο. Παράλληλα, συζητήσαμε για το μέλλον της Europol και της ΣΕΠ υποθέσεων. Είχαμε την ευκαιρία να παρακολουθήσουμε την προφορική παρουσίαση της Επιτρόπου κ. Μάλστρομ, η οποία μας ενημέρωσε για τη Συμφωνία Διευθέτησης του Λίχτενστάιν στο Ευρωπαϊκό Γραφείο Υποστήριξης Ασύλου, το γνωστό, η οποία θα επιτρέψει την ενίσχυση της συνεργασίας της Ευρωπαϊκής Ένωσης για τη μετανάστευση